Let's go to Dunedin now, where the Royal Cam live stream has been set up by the Department of Conservation. We can see a northern royal albatross nesting at Taiaroa Head. Now, you can see it online. If you're listening in the car now, don't worry, you can see it later in any stage. Just go to the Department of Conservation's website. And we've got it up on screen if you are watching, but it's absolutely available for you at any time. The chick hatched on the 21st of January. Over the next few weeks, its parents will take turns guarding it and feeding it. After this, it will be left alone for extended periods while both parents head out to sea to forage. If you're watching online, I think you'll see one of the parents brooding the chick. Are we seeing that now? Maybe we're not. We're just seeing the chick looking transcendently calm, actually. The adults change over their chick rearing duties on the nest about every second day. It's entirely egalitarian in a albatross family. Joining us now by Skype video from Portobello is the Department of Conservation's Threatened Species Ambassador, Nicola Toki. Nikki, it's great to have you on the program. I love these birds. I find it almost metaphysically moving that when they set off on their big flights, how far do they go and how long do they go for?
Right, so when this chick sets off, and if you're watching online, you're looking at Dad. He's sitting on the chick, and you can only see the chick when he stands up, and you'll see the chick kind of a wee ball of feathers, like a tennis ball with feathers underneath. And once that chick grows and grows and grows, in about September, October, he'll spread out his wings for the first time, and he'll hover a little bit, and then he travels around the world, so around the Southern Ocean for 4 years without touching land again.
It's just, for me, I mean, I've watched everything David Attenborough has ever made, and I love, but for me, this is one of the great stories in nature. It's their first flight, and they take off and they go for 4 years, and they do the entire globe.
They do. Well, to be a little bit more honest, occasionally we'd had the odd albatross chick that spreads his wings out and rolls down the hill and splashes into the water, and then our very caring rangers go out in a boat and scoop them up and they have another go. But technically, their first flight is a 4-year journey where they don't touch land again, and then they make their way back here to Dunedin's Taiaroa Head, which is really, really important to the Dunedin community. We get 150,000 visitors a year out there. We're opening it up basically to the whole world now and saying, look, if you don't have the chance to come here and see them, then you have a window into an albatross family's world for the next 8 months.
Am I anthropomorphizing, is that the word when I say that I think Dad looks quite proud sitting there on top of his chick? I think he's looking quite pleased with himself.
He is. I think Dad looks quite proud too. And although, we as humans are a wee bit disappointed that the weather hasn't showcased the beautiful view that Royal Cam usually has.
It's still pretty magic, that view, yeah.
Yeah, although I just rang the ranger and said, can you please go out and wipe the camera because it's raining? He said no.
Mum's off at the moment. So Dad's having his turn on the nest and Mum is off where? Foraging, getting food.
Yep, she could be 20 kilometres away, she could be a lot further, and she's getting food, and then she'll come back. And if you're watching, I've just been sitting and watching with my mum, and we've seen other albatross wheeling around in the background. She'll come back, they'll do a swap, he'll take off and get some food, and she'll tuck bubs underneath her. So it's a very, very special thing. We've never done a webcam before, so we've moved to the 21st century. We're quite proud.
Yeah. So we're right in New Zealand. It's very exciting. We're moving together, us and the albatross. Nikki, for people who aren't watching now, this is just live streaming the whole time, isn't it? So you're not being cheated of a wonderful experience if you're only listening. You can actually see this at any stage.
At any stage. We did toy with having lights on the camera at night time, but we're just not sure on how that will affect the albatross.
It's not a discotheque, is it?
No, that's right. And so at night time they have a wee bit of privacy and you can see the lights of Port Calmers. That's about it. But the rest of the time, if it's daytime, you'll see plenty. So tune in.
Well, it's lovely. You've got, in 20 seconds or less, how on earth do they know where to come back to? They fly for 4 years and they return to the same spot. Has anyone ever answered that question?
No, that's a question that we haven't quite nailed. Probably to do with magnetic poles, probably a little bit to do with something going on internally, but not something that I can tell you in 20 seconds.
It's too big. It's too big to understand that one, and maybe nature's allowed its mysteries. Thanks, Nikki. It's nice to talk to you as always.